This is Jason Lightoller from Woodside, and what I'm going to do is show you how to make this very flat and very nice looking hem. It's actually done in a circular fashion. It's very quick, it's very simple, and it's very easy. Providing you've got a ribber attachment for your knitting machine, you can work this hem. And it can be done on any European or any Japanese machine, providing you know how to use the ribber and how to set it from full pitch to half pitch and backwards and forwards, then you will be able to work this hem. So I have set the ribber to half pitch, which means that the needles are not on a collision course, and if all the needles are in working position on both the knitter and the ribber, they will not slam into each other and they will knit independently. So I'm going to bring, say, roughly 40 needles on the knitter bed and the ribber bed into working position, just to give an example here, and just make sure that they intersperse. And I'm going to run the carriage across just to make sure that they are in line. So I've threaded the carriages up and I've got a clothes peg on the end of the yarn there just to keep it secure, and the carriages are set to the tightest possible tension. And I'm going to go across now and to do the zigzag cast on row. And you need to do that really slowly, because as you can see, what it's done is cast on every single needle on the knitter and the ribber bed. If I was to continue going backwards and forwards, it would be doing what's known as full needle rib, which for this particular yarn, which is a UK 4-ply yarn, is not suitable because it's too thick for a full needle rib. But for one row, a cast on row, it would be absolutely fine. So now what I'm going to do is to hang the ribber comb and put on some weights, and I'm going to set the carriages up for circular knitting. So on this occasion I'm going to press the left part button on the knitter and raise the right part lever on the ribber. So if you wanted a hem with a total depth of say 15 rows, you would need to knit 30 rows, because when you do circular knitting, it doesn't actually make the same rows at the same time, the same number of rows at the same time. It alternates. So what it does one row on the knitter and then one row on the ribber. So therefore one and then one and then two and then two. That makes up an entire circle. So if you want 15 rows, you'd need to knit 30 passes. And if you wanted 20 rows, you'd need to knit 40 rows, and so on and so forth. So we always start off with the first row slowly, very slowly. That's the first row. And there's the second. And that's my 30 rows of circular knitting, so that's 15 rows in total for my hem. And what I'm going to do now is transfer from the ribber bed up to the knitter. But before I do that, I'm going to go from half pitch to full pitch, and that will align the needles up directly opposite each other. And you would never ever knit in this position if all the needles are in work, because now the needles are on a collision course and they would slam into each other and you would break your machine. So I have transferred all the stitches from the ribber up to the knitter. I've removed the ribber comb and the weights, and I've now got the standard sinker plate set onto the carriage. I've loosened the tension 3 numbers looser, so it's now on tension 10 just for the first row, and that will help to lessen the demarcation line when the stitches join together. So we'll do one row and back to main garment tension, so tension 7, and we'll just knit a few rows. So that's enough of that, and I'm just going to take this off the machine now and we'll have a look at it. And here we have it. This is the main knitting, of course. This is the hem, and it's very quick. There's no need for a waste yarn cast on. It's very flat, as you can see. I've given this some steam just now, and if you look at the edges, they are totally sealed because it's done in a circular fashion. And this one as well, this is enclosed there. And this is the other side of the hem. As you can see, it's perfectly sealed there as well. And there is not much of a demarcation line because we did the first joining row 3 tensions higher, and it's perfectly fine. It's a very nice way, a very even way of starting off your hems on your garments.